Hey guys, it's John here again. Right, this video is a thread that I'd love to see everybody do. You probably won't, but I'd love to see everybody do. And it is, there's been Darcy doing his thread on Eddie artwork, the artwork of Eddie, which is your favourite Eddie from Iron Maiden. There's been Mike's been mentioning about the differences between the artwork of the Iron Maiden albums. I don't know if he'll do that video, but he's asked me to do a video on it, and I thought I don't own enough of the. I don't own the digipacks, the new ones, so I can't really do it. So I thought, right, what do I want to do as a thread? And I thought, hang on a minute, I don't think anybody's mentioned about logos, a band's logo, and the differences that they've had with their logo throughout the years. Whatever band you choose, if they've had any changes in their logo. I'm sure there's lots of bands out there that have changed their logo colours, their logo fonts, their whatever, the shape of their logo, whatever. I know that the band I'm doing today is Def Leppard, and yes, they've changed it more than I can even imagine. I didn't even realise it had changed this many times, and I'm going to do the video on them, and hopefully I get to see some responses. Even if you do a band that's only done it a few times, once or twice, it doesn't matter. Just do a band that's changed their logo. See if you might go through your collection and think, oh my god, they've actually changed it a hell of a lot more than you thought. So I'm going to start off. Hopefully I've got this in all some sort of order, in the right order, hopefully. And I've even checked up some dates to make sure that you know what I've done. I'm not showing all their catalogue. I'm just showing the times that the logo was different, in some sort of the right date order. So first of all, we're going to start off with their first EP, and Def Leppard was obviously written just in black like that. And this is not the original. This is a copy, but from the mid-80s. So yeah. That's their very first cover with their very first Def Leppard logo. Then we have it changed to Def Leppard like that for the Wasted single, and yes, quite drab but colourful. You know, it's got colourful. It's a bit more like a rainbow if you bend it over. Yeah. Not so, I don't really like that. And then we get to the one we're a bit more familiar with, for Hello America. It came out, yeah, we got the triangle, but we don't have the colours, and it's just white with a black background. And then we get the On Through the Night album being released. And yes, we get that familiar greeny colour behind the silver, which is very cool. I've always liked that logo for Def Leppard, and yeah, very cool. I'd love someone to count how many times this changes. Right. Then we go to the High and Dry album, and yes, we all think that this is the same as the Stereo Time, and it's not, because the red is in the middle and the yellow is on the outside. Just to show you, the red with the yellow on the outside. I bet you didn't notice that before. And when you see the stereo, which is on my t-shirt, you'll see yellows on the middle. So I've got a Japanese Bringing On a Heartbreak here, which is actually just yellow with the black around, which is different. There was something I was going to say before, no, later on, and I've just realised that I'm going to be a bit wrong. So oh God, decline that a minute. Right, yeah, there's something here that I thought was later on, but it is the first time this was done in this colour as well, and also the first time we get to see the hysteria colours of Def Leppard, hysteria era, and it was when Pyromania came out, and it's the yellow in the middle and red on the outside. So I have no idea why they changed it after Hi Im Jon, but that's what it became. And the other one is they actually had a different colour instead than that, and if you look on the back, it's Def Leppard in red with the black with the original triangle, so very cool. But throughout the singles it changed. 12" of photograph is gold with the black leather in between style. On photograph, the 7" is white with the red in the middle. On Rock of Ages, it's actually rock. So you've got the grey rock there with the black around it. And that's the same for the 12" as well. Then we go on to, oh no, I missed someone here. And then we've got, oh no, I don't really need to show this. But this, at this time, is it there? It's not as sharp. Is it not as sharp? Just trying to check if that's not as sharp. No, I'd say that was fine, yeah, no, that's okay. I'll leave that out. That one's all done. Right, and obviously we go back to those collars on Too Late for Love. And we stay on those collars throughout for Hysteria, all the singles, apart from Hysteria, which was red. So the Def Leppard on Hysteria is just red, with a hint of orange in there. Pour Some Sugar on Me on picture disc, 7" picture disc, is actually in the triangle with Def Leppard, yellow with red on the outside, and the actual triangle is that as well. So Armageddon It was different, which you'll see. It says block, 3D block, all the way up onto the P, and then it goes back to normal. And it's, you know, you got the 3D there of Armageddon It, then into normal, and then back into 3D here. So yeah, so you got your Def Leppard there in 3D in the section. Then obviously we're back to normal with Let's Get Rocked. That was all the same. We did get it in red, but that way around. So the red made an appearance on the back of Pyromania, and that's the singles for Adrenalize. One of the singles had the red but very, very thin. It had the yellow but very, very thin, and the middle of the Def Leppard was see-through, so you could see through that case. That's the only difference with that one. Then everything started going a bit not the norm. It was like, what are they doing? So then we get the Action single with this blue. And okay, yeah, when I first saw that I thought, oh no, That's killed. I don't like that so much. But to be quite honest, what came after was much worse. So yeah. So if you're not liking that now, you're not going to like what's next. Because I didn't. Obviously, we have retroactive with just the blue, very thin, boring, in the right style as the original font, but too thin. And yeah, and if you see down there, even retroactive is, the wording for retroactive so small, wasn't sort of in your face like the yellow and the red of Def Leppard, or the titles of the other albums. And then we go on to something that just was dire, just terrible, and that was the logo for Def Leppard there, along with obviously Vault in black. And a lot of the singles that came after that from the Slang album were either the white like that, and they were just naff. The only one that was different, obviously, was Slang, that was in gold. Sorry, Def Leppard in gold on Slang there. But the word, even this is probably the worst time for the Def Leppard logo. This was just a complete hack job. It was crap, to be quite honest. And Def Leppard on Slang was rubbish. Look at that. You know, that just is terrible. Even Slang looks better than the Def Leppard, and I don't even like how they did that. So yeah, that's Slang. Then we go to the 2002's album, which was X or 10. It's actually called 10. Sorry. And we finally start getting Def Leppard back, but in black with the white in the middle. And I'm thinking, okay, good, that's coming back. So we get to the Now single off of that album with the white and blue, and I'm thinking, yeah, good, it's getting back. We get the white with the red on the Now single as well. That first one's a promo, by the way. This is the one that came out in three CDs in there. So we're getting the red as well. And then on the next single we get the yellow, but no sign of the red, which is a shame. So I'm thinking, okay, we're getting the shape of the logo back from that whole Slang era, and we're getting the colours, but then we get back to the Pyromania time. So we get the yellow with the red, and this one's got a mirrored or foil red in there. Okay, so we're back to Pyromania. So maybe we'll drift off towards the Hysteria time again. But we still stay on it, on the red in the middle, yellow on the outside for yeah. And then there's a bit of, and we actually no, we still don't get there. We still got the yellow and the red with the single 9 Lives. So yeah, still the red in the middle. I'm thinking, God, come on, we've got to get it back. And then they just take a right nose turn, and you can't decide if they want the red and the yellow in the middle. We go back to some silver. I'm thinking, no, wrong direction here for that logo. So is that silver? Yes, it is silver. And then finally they release something with this. It's a pixelated Hysteria era Def Leppard. Pyromania Hysteria era Def Leppard logo, but pixelated. So we're there. Finally there. Right? And then this comes out, and I'm thinking, yes, you finally have done the right thing. And this is the self-titled, and they bring out the proper Def Leppard logo. Yes. and then things take a nose turn, and we don't have the yellow and red anymore. But we did get the style of On Through the Night. So, you know, so we it's not the black, it's more of a brown. It's a brown, a brown with a white. So we're back to the On Through the Night era. Triangle, stroke, Pyromania, triangle at the back. But if they were going to do this, do it black and the white. Yeah, so, and who knows what's going to come up in the future. Actually, yeah, we do. Stupid twit I am, eh? I forgot. We've got one right behind me. So we go to this, and we've got the yellow still in the middle with the red. But for some reason, they must have been running out of ink, because they've actually, no, I'm joking. It's do you know what? I can't even work out what that is. It's got like a, it's quite weird. Describe that to me, what you'd say that was. Looks pretty cool on my phone like that. Right, there you go. So that's the evolution of the Def Leppard logo. That's what I'm going to call it. The evolution of the logo. So yeah, if you've watched this right to the end, you'll see on my thing, it'll be the title will be The Evolution of the Band's Logo. Thread. See you later. Cheers.